Hello everybody and welcome back to ETS Reacts, and today we're back with the Liar Game episode 8. And last episode we wrapped up the minority game, right? Akiyama teamed up with Sunglasses Bro, and Akiyama actually saw through Yuuji's plan early on when Yuuji said that the 100 million came in a check, and so then he just needed the right moment to counter it, which was in the game when he teamed up with Sunglasses, and he got the 2.1 billion and split it between Sunglasses and his own team. And now he is continuing on into the game because he wants to end this corrupt organization, the Liar Game, of how they take advantage of people who are in need of money. And he kind of has this motivation because his mom kind of got sucked into a pyramid scheme when she was sick and in a lot of debt, and she ended up killing herself. And it was crazy, and it was graphic too last episode. And so that's kind of his motivation for continuing on. And then we go to innocent, naive NAO, who the lawyer comes in, kind of fills us in on Akiyama's background. And she's like, oh, I have to save him. I'm calling him 100 times a day. Crazy. And she is now going back into this loser's bracket of the Liar Game to save Akiyama, even though Akiyama wants to continue on to the game, and he has told her that, which is crazy. But you guys in the comments, you have told me that actually this isn't the Liar Game this episode, it's the Truth Game. And if it's the Truth Game, then you can place a crown on Nao's head. She is the most honest, truthful person of all time. Even though in situations that she thinks Akiyama is going to lose, he always wins. So you can always bet on that. Anyway, I can't wait to get into this episode. Let's figure out what the Truth Game's all about today. So let's get it. All right, we got Spiky Hair Bro. We have the Jersey Bro, who was number 1. We have Office Worker, Mohawk is back, YUUJI, Double Chin, and then the most plain-looking blonde hair hoodie guy. All right, these are the participants of the downsizing game. And one more NPC polo, bro. One loser, 8 winners. A 0.111111% chance, or not 11% chance. I was going decimal. 11% chance. You lose. Dun, 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 dun. I will say, just from watching the opening and like the last couple episodes, I just love like the nostalgia I get when I watch this anime. It just reminds me of like the Death Note or like the mid 2000s, like early to mid 2000s animes. Like just the art style, I really love it, and how they tried to make it a lot like the manga that was made around that time frame, or keep it similar to that. I do like it. I will say the one thing that I think people have the right to complain about is like, we'll go, oh, the animation style, like Madhouse I think did this. They didn't do the most amazing job, right? But to be honest, I don't really notice it. Like when I watch it, I'm so into like the analytical thinking side of it that I'm not like, oh, the animation stinks here, right? Like I'm trying to kind of catch the subtitles, kind of see what's going on, animation style, art style. But I'm more like locked into the thoughts that it really doesn't bother me that much. So I kind of wanted to get that out first before we started this episode. 8 winners, NPC bros talking. Well, that's not what we signed up for. You don't want to win and move on to the next game so you can make more money? Isn't that what you signed up for? But if you win, then you wipe out your debt. That's the point. If you lose, you're even more screwed. Quick math. Do. Well, we know it's like just over 10 million, so let's just rock with 15. 12.5, I saw that. Yeah. Well, that's good for NAO, right? Because she already has what 40 million in the back of her pocket, so she can get that up to 52.5. But I mean, that won't be enough to take Akiyama out of the game. You can you steal money from other people in the game? Food, water, and you have 100 million. I love that they put a like mask over his face, like he's a liar game official here. Ah, so if another player, how does the player get the water though? If you like bowl and you win a game, do you get something from the liar game officials? You have to write a $500 check. Terms. Woo! We made a deal. Thank you for the water. Thank you for my 500. Oh, I stole my check back. Ooh, damn. Oh, that's where you get the bottle of water. So all this stuff that you brought here that's like your most prized possessions that Nao brought here, she could be able to sell that off to other people. So her teddy bear might go for 100 million. You never know. That thing might be the most valuable thing there. You never know that. that too. I mean, maybe to a certain person, that teddy bear might be worth 100 million. You never know. Maybe if they were like obsessed with Nao and knows that she like snuggles that teddy bear every night, people would pay 100 million for that thing. Let's go back. Oh, the most unexpected things may fetch a high price. Yes, thank you. Oh, so there's M tickets and L tickets. Hmm. So you vote for yourself 5 times. Oh, never mind. Can't write your own name. Hmm. Wait, you'll vote once for every 10 hours? Once per hour for a total of 10 times, so 10 hours. Damn. It just sounds like a popularity contest, if we're being honest. Or if you were really smart, you would try to eliminate the most like strategic person that could take you down in the future. Yeah, it's not nearly enough to save Akiyama. I said that earlier. But he doesn't even want saved. Do you have to utilize the 100 million though? Oh no, they're just all gonna try to manipulate her. And he's gonna be like, oh, you want a drink? Well, then pay me 1,000 yen. Take it, take it. Like, force it into her hand, and then she has to pay for it. Why do you think? Oh, yeah, because we know who deceived everybody last game in the minority game. It was YUUJI. So YUUJI's definitely not going to get any popularity votes. Getting downsized hard. You're going to be 200 million in the hole. Could you imagine what YUUJI's thinking about right now? He or she was going through the emotions of like, I am about to get $2.2 billion, and then all of a sudden you're 200 million in the hole. Like, that would be devastating, and how quick that just went to the shitter for good old YUUJI. That sucks. Oh. Wow, so they were all in the same group. Well, that makes sense, right? Because the Sunglasses Bro group and NAO, they wouldn't have gone back into this. She's the only one who was naive enough out of the other two groups to come back after she won 40 million. Everybody else here is 100 in the hole. Oh yeah, except last time you got your face beat in by YUUJI, so I wouldn't fight her. Or him. Well, we know how NAO works, and it kind of happened, well, it definitely happened with Sensei, of giving Sensei the money back. And then we know what happened at the end of the minority game, where she was like, oh, I wonder what happens to the people who are 100 million in the hole, almost to the point of, I thought she was like going to give up her own money or try to figure out a way to like Akiyama to send them 100 million when he wins the next game. You know that she's going to go reach out to YUUJI here. They like playing the little guitar. They're all not gonna listen to you. This is what happened last time. You tried to round them up as the leader. They're just gonna be like, F you, you're not getting any popularity votes. That's what I would say. Take your little schemes and shove them. Why would I listen to you after the last game? You can go talk to the corner wall over there. Yeah, that's what you deserve, though. I wouldn't believe that. To go kill time in the corner staring at the wall or reading a book that this guy's doing, you brought your own personal items. Yeah. She's basically being like, hey, take me because I'm already dead weight. If you need to get rid of somebody, get rid of me then. Getting rid of me right now doesn't make all that much sense. To me, like I talked about earlier, this is the perfect opportunity to look at each one of them. And to be honest, they probably don't know each other well enough to do this. But you want to get rid of the person that will cause you the most issues in the future. And to me right now, red light, like antenna going off, boop, 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 boop. I mean, it's obviously YUUJI. So I would still cut him loose. Poor old NAO, probably. Because she was outside the other group. I can't believe you guys just let her manipulate you like that. I'll never reach my dream if I go bankrupt. Well, weren't you already bankrupt before? That's how you got into this. It'll upset my parents. That's the worst excuse I've heard. To everybody else, her reasoning is going to be so bad. A tournament official came by and he said that I should join this game, so I did. Woo! Ah, she's trying to tear down NAO right here. Trying to tear her down. Now they're all gonna put her in the hole. She's just too naive here, because if they put her in the hole, then guess what? You only have 40 million or 60 million in debt. I keep going, is it 40 million that she won last game or 60? I can't remember. But she'll be a little in debt where everybody else will be in 100. So now you're just going to get ganged up against. But if she's able to tell her story about her dad and Akiyama and everything else, then maybe she gains a little sympathy vote. But in reality, I still think it really hurts her. Well, yes, that's why she's exposing you to everybody else. She made bank in the second game, and everybody else is gonna hate you now. They all thought, she's one of us, she got screwed over too. And then they're like, wait, whoa, you won money? Yeah, we all hate you now. And how could you end up hating NAO more than you, like, the person who deceived you? Like, to me, it's crazy. Other than the fact, if they want to go to, hey, we can cut her loose at any time, YUUJI. That means we can cut YUUJI loose at any time, and we just put this girl in the hole 40 to 60 million, then... She can appeal with this, though. I think there's a big appeal in this. If she talks about her dad and Akiyama, if she can get up there and do a big, like, nice, well thought out speech here, it could turn some heads. Oh. But she's going to feel the pressure and she's not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to explain herself well. Well, yeah, you knew it was a trap at some point. Had split. That's crazy, though, that it just all suddenly turned to you. Unless it was like going with my theory. The only way that she could become the odd woman out is, like I talked about, of that YUUJI could be cut out at any point, because the 8 of them already hate her, so she can be cut out next round if they just need to cut somebody out. And they can put NAO in the hole just less than 100 million. Well, yeah, no shit. God, I don't miss that laugh. I really don't miss that laugh. I hope I never hear it again. Kind of annoying. Yeah. Well, yeah, because now I might get a couple positive votes. A fake. For us? She did that for us? There's no way. I don't see how that was beneficial for us. Huh. So I think what her plan is here, if they both, now this requires a lot of trust. If they both write down each other's names 5 times and the rest of them kind of like split it between the rest of them, then if they just continue to write each other's name down, then eventually they will probably be at the top than if there's 9 people there, so the 7 other people, if they just like continually kind of split it to make it even, that they might surpass them. Now, I'm not doing the math to like figure out if they would surpass them or not, but if is there 10 rounds? I don't remember exactly. Yeah, so we vote for each other 5 times. Yep. Yep. Requires a lot of trust. A lot of trust. Because if she gets you to write down her name 5 times and then she also plans with the other group of guys to get to write down her name a couple times, then she could just screw you over. But you know how YUUJI works, right? If she thinks maybe NAO is like a big piece to kind of carry along with her because she knows that NAO could just like team up with her and do whatever she says to do, which I think that's a big kind of pawn piece to have moving forward in this game. So I kind of believe her because we saw that with sunglasses. Like she continuously kept sunglasses in the game to deceive NAO and probably other people to think that person's X. 50 votes. That's what I thought. I couldn't remember if there's 10 rounds. So 50 votes, 7. If they split it equal, I don't know. That's a lot of math. I'm not going to try to do that. It's impossible to lose. That probably sounds true. Here we go. They're doing the math for us. Yes. I was not wanting to do the math. Yep. Yeah. Which is probably impossible. Because, go back, there's 450. So if you take that out, there's 350. It's probably not possible. Yeah. Right, because now they're probably split on who to vote for, and they're gonna like who they're gonna include, because it's not like they're voting for someone out. Now they're gonna split the vote between those 7 people. Yeah. If there was one, then maybe they focus more. Yeah, because if there was only one, then you're like, man, I might be on the chopping block. You never know. But if there's 2 people below me, then I feel really safe. Like, that 3rd place doesn't feel that bad. 3rd to last. There's a little comfort there when you know 2 people are on the chopping block. They'll get boned. I didn't think about that aspect. They get to see how many votes they got in the first game. Then if someone's smart, they'll catch on to it pretty quick. If there's 5 and 5 for NAO and YUUJI, so then what happens then? They just kind of start freaking out, and then they'll be at each other's throats. But that's when I get nervous, because I don't think NAO does well when like other people are freaking out about being in debt. Like we've seen it with Sensei, we've seen it about her worrying about other people. These 100 million people are in this downsizing game. So I'm really interested in what NAO does at that point when the true horror kicks in. Which we've kind of seen in the opening of like people kind of trying to grasp at beg with NAO, which I wonder if this is what happens here after the first game ends. They're all going to be begging up to NAO, and will she be able to turn her back on these people? I don't really think so. But if she has a change in the heart as character, maybe. Damn. She has a good strategy if NAO can, keep the blinders on, stay on the tracks, which I have a low percentage of faith in. I'm like all over the place. I'm trying to think through like every strategy possible because when she says that, I'm almost like, does Yuji expect Nao to go around and tell everybody that they have this plan?
じゃあ2時間後に。福永さん、ありがとうございます。私を助けてくれて。お互い様よ。困った者同士、力を合わせなきゃ。
になりました。それでは1回目の投票を行います。
Wow, wow.
これでとりあえず
これで
負けはなくなっ
Okay, we know how Nao works. Is she gonna be at the bottom? Did Yuji bone Nao over? I don't really see why she would though, because like I talked about earlier, she's this perfect pawn piece to keep in your back pocket who will do anything that you tell her to do. So why bone her over here? I don't understand why she would do that. But her saying I won't lose makes me go poop. She's going to lose. Because that's basically how the whole show has gone up to this point. Huh, some rando voted for her. Did she really get no votes? Why did she bone her over like that? I don't understand it at all. Like I talked about, she's this perfect pawn piece. This perfect pawn piece. I mean, I don't understand this at all from Yuji, but you should have known that was what was gonna happen. Just because anything that Yuji says, you can't fully trust it. But in my head, I thought, you know what? This makes sense. Like I've already said 5 times now. Perfect pawn piece. You're gonna do this in front of all these people? But she's like, whoop, I just have to save my own neck here, is what she had to think. She's like, I get 5 votes, and then I give her 0 votes. Then, like she talked about, the person who's on the bottom basically has a 100% chance of losing. And so she's basically put a person below her on the chopping block now. I don't understand that. But this is the truth game. I feel like it's been the liar game this episode and not the truth game. I feel like I've been deceived. Is everybody else going to feel bad for her after she got deceived by Yuji that now everybody else is going to vote for her? This has to be like, when are you ever going to hit a critical turning point? And to be honest, I would have got deceived by this too. Maybe not because I'm not Nao, but like from like looking at both their personalities and what I already talked about, I was definitely deceived. They're all walking away from her. Because at this point, it's the same thing as what Yuji was talking about. She's just easy to cut off now. Like, oh, I have 5 more votes for her. Or I have 5 more votes than her. I'm not going to risk writing her name down, you know, and her catching up to me. It's just easy to avoid and be like, sorry, you're at the bottom. What I don't understand is how are they still voting for Yuji, even though Yuuji boned them over. Like, Yuuji has the most votes. Like, how is that possible other than NAO voting for her 5 times? Like, I hope to God she didn't vote for her 5 times again.
福永さんが言ったことは現実になった。1回目の投票で沈んでしまった私は2回目で1票すら取ることができなかった。
I know she doesn't lose this game. She just can't lose this game. So how does she win it? I have no idea. I have no clue how she wins this game from this point, unless she goes on this like big heartfelt speech. But she already kind of had her chance to do that, and we didn't see if she went into her dad and Akiyama. But this is what she's good at: groveling, crying, getting people to feel for her. Like, this is what she's a queen at. So this is your time to work your magic and get one person to freaking care about you. Instead, you're just crying in a corner. Wait. I just had like a total realization, because this person's going to try to give her this tea bottle for the M. What if you write checks to people to give them for their vote? And I was like so locked in on this voting stuff that I forgot about the M checks. So but like, what's the value? Can you not like place a value on a vote if you write a task and say, I will give you $100,000 to like vote for me? Because when you think about it, she's already 40 up, so she can utilize that 40 that she already has in getting people to vote for her. I think that's a good way to get people to vote for her.
三浦さん、ありがとう。
お礼なんて君に票を投じてあげられればいいんだけど、それはできないから。
どういうこと？
やっぱ知らない。
You really got no clue?
君さ、福永と票を交換する約束をしただろ。
はい、必勝法だって言われて。
Did she say that to everybody?
必勝法。残りの7人も気づいてたんだ。俺たちの作戦は票交換で全員が50票を獲得して君か福永を負けさせるってものだったんだけど。
何の密談？当てましょうか。このゲームでどう戦うかの打ち合わせ。2人ないし3人が組になって投票し合い、確実に50票稼ぐ。私かなおを落とす。あんたたちそれで乗り切れると思ってるの？
乗り切れるさ。
Be honest, that didn't even cross my brain. Like, am I that dumb? I didn't think about getting together and like having a team of 2 to trade it. But maybe if I thought about it for 3 hours and that's the only thing I thought about, then I probably would have got there.
確かに負けることはな。でも、私とナオが結託したら。
まさかお前。
そう、組んだの私たち。これであなたたちの勝ちはない。いや、それどころか、あなたたちの誰かが。
So I kind of smart by her, but I don't get, like, if she had a brain, she would have thought through what I was thinking. Like, each one of them, like, won't be as good of a pawn as Nao is. Like, Nao is like the perfect pawn. She'll believe anything you freaking say. So that's why I was like, you can't go against her.
神崎直って子、金を持っているのよ。横並びになった時に、彼女は必ず動くわ。あなたたちを切り崩しにね。
切り崩し。
裏切りを持ちかけるのよ。
A betrayal.
4000万あげるから、あなたの1票。
Yes, that's what my thought went to once I saw the water bottle. I'll give you 40 million yen if you cast a single vote for me. But that doesn't even make sense. Just a single vote won't help her. She's already in a freaking hole.
俺は裏切ったりしない。
あんたはそうかもしれないけど、組んでる相手はどうかしらね。
The look away didn't help your case there, buddy.
4000万は大きいわよ。こんな美味しい条件を断れる人がこの中に何人いるのかしらね。とまあ、ここまで脅しみたいな話をしてきたけど、実は私、あなたたちの力になりに来たの。1人500万。 計3500万私に払うならあなたたちを救ってあげる。
救うってどうやって？
I will say she plays the liar game the best out of any character so far, outside of Akiyama, which just he's in a whole class of his own, so I really don't compare him. But Yuji plays the game really well.
私が神崎直を裏切る。50票をあなたたちに回してあげる。そうすれば神崎直が0票になり負けが確定。あなたたちは確実に勝ち上がれる。
There has to be a certain reason that she said 35 when Nao has 40, and that Nao is gonna give 40 million to Yuji to keep her in the game, and then there had to be a certain point where that happens so that now Nao can still stay in with like 35 votes or something.
でも500万なんて金。
金ならあるじゃない。これで買うの。私の裏切りを。この M チケットが何のためにあると思ったの？
Yeah.
思い出してみなさいよ。
Right, and that's what I was talking about a little bit ago. Like, you're so into this, like, O game that it just slipped my mind about the whole M tickets. But that's why I was like, now you have freaking 40 in the black, right? Like, use your fucking 40 in the black to buy some votes. And that didn't cross her mind at all. And it really didn't cross my mind at all until I saw the whole water bottle, and I was like, shit, we still have those M votes. Or not M votes. The M 100 million. But I'm kind of like, what happens if you spend 5 million and you end up making it through? Do they take the 5 million off of the 12.5 million? And if you spend 100 million, do you move on to the next game, but you're like almost 88 million in debt? You'd be more than that, I guess. You'd be like 188 million in debt if they still carried over your 100 million that got you here.
戦略よ。戦略、作戦、必勝法。そういう形のないものを高く売り取る。
Yeah, but they go for a premium here. That's what he was talking about. He's like, your personal belongings may only go for a couple thousand yen, but strategy, making sure you don't lose $100 million. Now, that's what we still don't know about the M ticket of, right? Like we talked about earlier, if you spend all 100 million, you move on 12.5, 88. If you move on, like what happens then with the M ticket money amount that you spend? I think it's a good plan until you stab us in the back, right? Like, if they all give her the 5 million right now and then she turns around and gets 40 million from Nao, like, that's what I would be thinking right away of like, I can't trust you. You've already stabbed me in the back once. Like, what's the George Bush thing? Like, first time, shame on me. Second time, shame on you. Third time, a fool can't be fooled again, or whatever. He kind of messed up the saying. And so that's where I'm like, I can't trust you. I just know you're gonna turn around and then you're gonna make some deal with Nao so that you make 75, and then you add your own 12.5 million, and you've already made back your 100 million that you lost from the last game. I think Mohawk's the smartest guy here, because once he gives this information to Nao, then they can actually work together to get rid of that friggin' loser Yuji who just constantly is just gonna stab people in the back. I'm shocked that Yuji hasn't come up to Nao yet, and it must not be the right time to do it, and the math wise to like get enough votes to not finish last. I, Yoru, will cast all my votes for Fukunaga until the 10th vote. Damn. He paid 100,000 yen? I thought it was 5 million. Is that just 100,000 up front? I remember I cast votes for Fukunaga until the 10th vote amount. I, Fukunaga, will cast all my votes for Mira until the 10th vote. Is that like the second round, your 10th vote, or like to the very end? I guess it was the second round.
この契約は破れない。ペナルティー1億だから。メイン操作。M チケットの契約で投票行動は10回目までがっちり決
But
める。
that's the 10th vote is at the very end, or the 10th vote? Because they've already, like, their 10th vote that they had, which would be the second round. My guess it's to the very end.
君がいくら頑張っても票をもらえる可能性は。
Oh! YUUJI just absolutely destroys Mohawk Bro again. How many times are you gonna let the same person beat your butt? Yeah, crashing out. Do something now. Like, you're just gonna let this poor dude get beat up?
作戦はほぼ完了したようなもの。分かったろ？あんたはここで落ちるんだよ。
No, I really want YUUJI to go down. Oh, 100%. I swear to God, if Akiyama comes running in to save the day again, he's like the biggest white knight of all time. Running in to save NAO again is unreal. That she just can't handle any situation on her own. Like, I just pray to God she can handle this game on her own and like use her smarts. Like, this is finally the turning point, right? You've been through 2 games. Are you still gonna keep up this like to a default? Like, it's fine being very honest. Like, I think that's what every person wants to strive for. But just being stupidly naive to constantly get taken advantage of, it's insane. I think you'd be classified as like mentally insane to like, it's like, right, you keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's what, like, that's classified as insanity. Alright, so that's the first episode down in the downsizing game. I actually really enjoyed it. I think maybe some comments of 2 episodes ago and then last episode where people were like, oh, the game after this, like, this game isn't as hype. I've actually really enjoyed it without the fact of Akiyama not being there. I think it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I really want to see Nao's growth in this game to like continue on, but maybe that's the next game because we're having White Knight Akiyama like run to come save NAO again, and you're kind of like, please, I wanted to see her handle this game on her own. But maybe it isn't time for NAO to shine yet, not to become, you know, this special like deceptive person yet. We still gotta wait for that time, and when that happens, I think I'll stand up and I'll do a full like round of applause because that will be an amazing episode. But I've really enjoyed the downsizing game of the voting kind of popularity, but then at the same time using your M tickets to kind of forge contracts with people. And then I can't believe I fell for this YUUJI trick of coming to NAO and like planning out this, we'll vote for each other, 50 vote, 100% guaranteed. And in my head, if I'm YUUJI, I talked about this already, if I'm YUUJI, it's the perfect plan. Like, NAO is the perfect pawn to continue on in this game because everybody else you can't fully trust. NAO, you can like 1,000% fully trust she will do whatever you tell her to do. Like, she'll be honest upfront with you from the beginning, and I think that's invaluable from a pawn. You know, there's gonna be no deceit. So I really didn't kind of understand that move from YUUJI other than just like straight desperation of I need to survive and I like think this is the best way to do it. Unless like I talked about already too, of like the 40 million that she takes from NAO and then the 35 that she'll get from everybody else and the 12 that she'll make up her 100 million debt. But now that plan's kind of screwed by Mohawk Man since he told NAO about it, and I think that's really why she freaking raged out and like kicked his whole freaking face in. So I thought it was a really good episode. I'm excited to see the next one, to see if our White Knight comes running to save NAO or not. So thank you all for watching to the very end. If you guys have enjoyed the reaction, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, and bye.